Well, with all the news going on these days, everyone could use a little positivity.
Nicole Phillips is a former TV journalist who used to work in Madison and Milwaukee, and she's now a published author. She's out with the book, The Negativity Remedy, Unlocking More Joy, Less Stress, and Better Relationships Through Kindness. Earlier today, we spoke with Nicole about ways to find a little more positivity in your life.
10 years ago, I was on the edge of what anyone would call an alcoholic. So I was a drinker, a smoker, an overeater, angry at my husband most of the time. And life just really felt passionless and pointless. And I kind of thought it was just the way life went. Well, I ended up having this experience of kindness, and it made me think to myself, if everyone knew what this felt like this high that surrounds kindness, everyone would want to try it, and kindness would be contagious. And so I started writing a newspaper column about that exact thing and having people send in their stories. But the more that I became aware of kindness and the more intentional I was about looking for it every single week in my life, the more I noticed it was everywhere. It was around me. And so within a year of really being able to take my mind off of myself and put it on the needs of other people, I had totally quit drinking, quit smoking, lost 30 pounds, fell in love with my husband, who it turns out is a great guy. And, I just thought there's something to this kindness thing.
Well, how did kindness transform your life? Because I think a lot of people can relate to this. You say you were the self-imposed expert on negativity, and you always saw the negative side of everything. And I think now, especially, people can really relate to that because people are really struggling. So specifically, how did kindness transform everything for you?
Well, it's interesting because I didn't know at the time that there are 4 feel-good chemicals that are released into your body. When you do an act of kindness, you see an act of kindness, or you are the recipient. So the giver, the receiver, or the witness of kindness releases these great 4 feel-good chemicals. So that already helps. That's like you're getting your antidepressants and, all of those feel-goods happening and running through your body when you are a part of this. But what I realized was that it is possible to harness it. So for people who are watching at home, you might think to yourself, my brain is constantly worried about something, or I'm always in a hurry. And those are the things that stop us in our tracks from kindness in our home, in our workplaces, and in our communities. Because, for me, the biggest problem with tantrums in our house 10 years ago didn't have to do with my 3 small children. It had to do with Mom. You made Mom mad. And so when I was able to reframe that, my household became a completely different place. It was a place where people came and, they felt relaxed and comfortable and loved.
Well, that's a big theme in your book, that we always seem to deflect and put it on somebody else. But one of your big keys is to do a little self-inventory and be accountable for your own actions and your own responses. And that's the key to the change, right?
It is, Susan. I mean, you want homework? Here you go. Think about what you're thinking about. That's it. You can put a note in your calendar, on your phone, whatever. At 3 p.m. every day, I'm going to think about what I'm thinking about. And then when we do that, then we can become self-aware and we can say, wait a minute, I have a lot of thoughts that are very judgmental toward myself and other people. How do I kick those to the curb?
Well, the country right now is so divided and there's so much unkindness out there. Could this help with that?
Oh, absolutely. You know what? I want world peace. I want big, radical, global change. But where does that start? It starts right here. It starts with me, because if I can't control my own thoughts, and if I can't control the words that come out of my mouth and the reactions that I have to people, in even just mentally, how am I ever going to make that spread into my home and then make it spread into my neighborhood and our schools and our workplaces? It starts there and then can grow out from there.
Well, I think the message is inspiring because you've had a very interesting life. And on paper, you went to UW-Madison. You're a Wisconsin native. You graduated with a degree in broadcast journalism. You were a news anchor. You were Miss Wisconsin. You've had really incredible experiences. And people might think, well, if you struggle, then anybody can struggle, because in many ways you've been very, very lucky.
Well, and you know what? the fact is we all do struggle. It doesn't matter what you put out here or what you put on social media. The truth of the matter is we all have these big black dots in our lives that threaten to steal our attention. And so how much energy are we going to give to those things in our lives that are trying to steal our attention? So I had breast cancer 5 years ago, right? And yes, I could sit in my pity party, and there were some days that I did, and I would just sit in that spot of worry and grief. But then, what I had taught myself to do previous to that is to go out and physically do something for someone else on those days when I felt really terrible, because that's, again, the whole process of moving your eyes off of yourself, your own problems, your own issues, and putting them onto other people.
The Negativity Remedy, the book is now on sale. Nicole, thanks for being with us today.
Boy, timing is everything. Much needed right now. Congratulations, Nicole. Best of luck with the book. Great to talk to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Some good stuff in there.
Reedsburg native. Now she lives in South Dakota.
Aberdeen.
Yeah.